Good morning and welcome to Days with Casper. My name is Casper Jones and I'm handcrafting skateboards for Life Skateboards. Whew. If you're unfamiliar with what we do here, we handcraft skateboard decks here at Life Skateboards. Everything's made in-house. Sorry about that, I had to swap a ply out right here. So here at Life we do everything in-house. We glue our own boards, shape our own boards, apply our own graphics, and you can get those at lifeskateboard.com. So what we're gonna do today is load up 2 of the presses, and then we just got a couple boards to shape in the other room. Got some exciting stuff planned for the weekend here. We are heading out to the lagoon again for another Lagoon to the Moon trip with Luke, Chuck, and Mysterio. It's going to be a good one. Should have grabbed this before the live started. Of course, Sonny. A little early for me, a little earlier than normal, but we'll see if we can just get through this. Now, before the live started, I went ahead and emptied out all the presses, pulled all the layups, did all the boring stuff that I'm sure you guys don't want to watch. All right, now we're going to be loading 4 longs and 4 standards. Hello, thank you for tuning in. And remember guys, you can get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. So if you don't know what's inside of your skateboard, it's maple, specifically Great Lakes or Canadian maple. Why is that? Maple is an extremely malleable yet strong wood. When you have maple that's grown in places like the Upper Peninsula of Michigan or Canada, you've got long winters, slow growth, tight grains, and it's a less porous wood. So that's why we want that type of wood specifically. And inside of your skateboard, you've got 7 pieces of maple standard. You've got 5 vertical grains and 2 horizontal grains like this guy. Those are called crossbands. Having the grains against each other just gives the board strength in every direction. And then our boards specifically have extremely deep concave, which gives it end-to-end strength. Good morning, bud. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody slept well. We're trying out some thicker gloves today, so I don't have to keep wasting them. Hey, thanks, Ace. If you stick around, you'll see 2 of the presses get loaded and a couple boards get shaped. Just knocking some stuff out before we go out of town and go visit the Fireball Farm. I believe we're going to end up at Stoke Run on Sunday, which is going to be a good one. If you guys aren't familiar with Stoke Run, huge facility. Multi-extreme sport facility, but they got the old TriStar ramp, so excited to do that. Yes, Keith, making skateboards here for Life Skateboards. If you want a handcrafted high-quality deck, I'd suggest going to go check out lifeskateboard.com. You'll be able to choose from a ton of shapes, pick your wheelbase, graphic, and we apply our graphics with hand-carved Lino blocks. So you can pick your ink color, pick a fade, whatever you want. It's pretty rad. Thanks, Keith. No, Ambassador. We stay away from anything that's polarizing here. Most preachy you'll see me get is talking about sobriety. I'm an addict in recovery, and I like to talk about my story to help people in recovery. But I personally found my recovery through another path. So, not going to judge anyone for it, but I'm not going to push it on you either. What's my story? Getting into the sobriety stuff early today, aren't we? So I am 8 years clean from alcohol, which is my main vice, and 4 something clean from everything else. Used to drink copious amounts every day, hoping that I wouldn't wake up the next day, and it took several attempts at recovery to get to where things were working for me. Wasn't really drinking to drink, I was drinking to get away from reality. And didn't really feel like I had a purpose. And then once I did start to get better, I started to find a purpose and telling my story and proving that you can be open about the things that you've gone through to help yourself. And hopefully telling that story and having that mentality has helped people and helps me fulfill my purpose. I guess that's my quick story. And anybody that would like to share or anything like that, you're always welcome to. It definitely is. How much do the boards cost? $75 for popsicles, and then shapes go up from there. Ooh. And then our boards are going to last you significantly longer than a factory board, just based off of the process we use, long press and cure times, deep concave, and then our graphic application process. Sorry, I'm jumping all over the place. You guys are asking serious questions off the bat. Thank you, guys. What's the craziest skateboard I've made? So I broke my leg like 4 years ago, I think, somewhere in there. Probably 3, actually. And when I was recovering, I wanted to make a board that was the same shape as my x-ray. So I made a board and called it the fibula. It's actually on the wall to the left of me right here. It's not like a shape you can get, it's just like a little custom mutant that I made. But it lines up with my x-ray pretty well. I'll grab the tripod and show you guys real quick. So there's the fibula right there, right below the board I broke my leg on. Because why not? That's probably the crazier one I've made. We do have some crazy shapes though. The aggro, my signature shape. The caveman. The rocket. The butter knife. Lots of really cool shapes. Just check out lifeskateboard.com and you'll be scrolling through shapes for days. Thank you. Yeah, this is a dream to do this. It's also a dream to be able to share my passions with people, so thank you guys for giving me the ability to do so. Thanks, Asher. Yeah, if you guys enjoy this kind of stuff, make sure you subscribe. I do not have a live schedule. When I'm not coming in and working live, I try to go live to just kind of keep up with you guys. But what you can kind of expect on this channel is obviously live board making, some skateboarding, traveling videos, a series called Lagoon to the Moon, where we go out to this little private bowl over at the Fireball Farm in Ohio, skate it, meet really cool people, and have a good time. And then live streams of contests and stuff like that. But pretty much my channel is just kind of following me around, so it's changed as my life has changed, and we'll see where it goes from here. Thanks to you guys, this channel is becoming moderately successful. I'm pretty happy with it, and I'm happy with the community that's growing around it, so thank you guys for everything you've done to help me out. Thank you, Sony. Oh, I'll say thank you to both of you. I did say thank you, Asher. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't notice someone making fun of my face tattoo. It's alright. Oh. I like to have little responses to those people that think getting on the internet and focusing on vanity is an important thing. Remember, you're watching somebody do their dream job and tell you about it. So I don't really think some opinion about the way I look from some stranger is gonna matter. Thank you, Isaac. All right, so what I'm doing over here is just taping up either end of the board. Once the boards are in the press, we don't want them sliding around. We want to keep those veneer plies nice and aligned. So we're going to be gluing up 4 of these, and then we'll go switch over to the press. You'll watch that. We'll glue up 4 more, do the same, and then we'll go shape a couple boards in the next room. I don't have a lot to shape today, just knocking some stuff out before we go out of town. Making some skateboards. How did I start making boards? It was just right place, right time, and being open to it. I had been working in a skate shop, had a very public and pretty harsh falling out with all of that, but in the time period that I was working in that skate shop, it became pretty known for my outspokenness against alcohol and shit like that. And one day I was sitting on the couch, but it was like, hey, that Life Skateboards is looking for somebody, and I called Sam, and Sam had heard about that. It was a good fit for the company, and he asked me if I'd make a few life changes, and I did, and I haven't looked back, living my dream job. Now I skate for the company, ride for the company, and work for the company. So, and they're my favorite boards. I don't think I put my feet on pretty much anything else. You can get my signature board on the website if you just look up the Casper board on there. Thank you, guys. Yeah, have a great day if you're popping out of here. Sorry, I'm having a hard time kind of keeping up with the chat this morning. My eyes don't work too good early in the morning. Oh, I'm sorry. We are located in New Palestine, Indiana. That's just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. The shop was located in Muncie, Indiana since 2012, and then we moved it around. Once we get over to the press, you'll see that that's pretty apparent. We could have these jacks hooked up as pneumatic jacks, but you're just going to see me do a little extra work and raise them up by hand. Thank you. Thank you, Believe. They might be. You never know. I know about that, though. That was next to where that chemical spill was. Was that last year? That train derailed? That was kind of wild, wasn't it? I am heading over to Ohio this weekend, though. Should I bring my hazmat suit? I don't have a board all the way put together in here. Does this count? There you go. Kickflipped a hammer for you, bud. Does that count? Does that make you smile? Remember, guys, if you do buy supers or thank yous while I'm doing this portion here, make sure you put a good note on there. I'll write your note inside the skateboard, or if you don't put one, I'll just say you're rad on the inside of the board. How do you gain XP in chat? I think you, I don't know. I have no clue. I'm new to all this. What we got here? Thanks, Aiden. Look at that, inside of somebody's skateboard, it's gonna say, Aiden is rad. And only me, you, and all these people watching are gonna know. Once I put these in the press, I probably won't even remember which one it is. Not much, guys. Seems, yeah, I think you just comment. I have no clue. I've never really been on the other side of a live stream. YouTube is pretty new-ish to me, so hell, half the time the chat's educating me on how this stuff works. Which reminds me, if the audio goes out, please let me know. It's been going out on my lives lately, but you buy links on Amazon. You buy links on Amazon? Oh, you're trying to say blanks. I see what you're saying. So you buy subpar boards made in factories where you don't know where they were made, and then draw on them. Right on. So here at Life Skateboards, we make our own boards because we don't want to ever trust anybody else with the quality of the stuff that we're promising to our customers. Because then if there's a problem with the board, we know exactly who to blame. The only person to blame besides us is the tree. These guys are 7-ply here, but since we do all the pressing ourselves, we can do 6 or 8-ply. Our really big boards, like our 14.6 inch wide. Oh, losing a pile of veneer back here, sorry. Yeah, like our 14.6 and 13.6, we suggest those guys come out as a 6-ply, but our youth boards also come standard as a 6-ply. We've got a lot of options and a lot of things that a lot of places don't offer, like different concaves, different wheelbase options, things like that. And while I'm in Ohio, I would love to come visit. We are super packed on our time. We're going to be in the Cleveland, Columbia Station area. But on our way back Sunday, we do plan to go through Stoke Run, and I do plan to bring a 13.6 inch complete with me for people to try out. So we'll be going to Stoke Run with the original owner of TriStar, Jim. His channel is the Fireball Farm. The new owners of TriStar unfortunately had to shut down, but it looks like that Donnie Billington mini ramp got moved over to Stoke Run. A Donnie Billington ramp, if you've never skated it, is amazing. It's perfect. That man's a genius. He writes CNC programs for perfect birch bowls and ramps. Did the spine ramp in Avon, Ohio, the Lagoon, and the TriStar Mini that's now at Stoke Run. I'm excited to skate that thing again. Oh yeah, we make everything. I promise. Do we do X for a shape? Yes, probably. We've got popsicles of all sizes, even youth boards, but then we've also got funky shapes. So just go to lifeskateboard.com. There's a section for popsicles, a section for shaped boards, a section for symmetrical boards, a section for youth boards, and you can just scroll through it if you want to. We even have a couple concave options for our 925 boards and below. Skateboards. A lot of respect for surfboard making, but this is not that. Very different process, but still a very interesting process as well. Hands-on makers in the majority of any industry is pretty rad. Skateboards for someone to learn. So if you're talking about from our boards and our options, I would say maybe starting off with our mid-twin, which is an 8.6 square nose symmetrical board that tapers towards the center. It'll kind of set you up for not getting used to a popsicle. And you can order a complete on our website. There's an option that says Make My Life Complete. you don't have to think about the parts. We'll just give you matching trucks, wheels, bearings, everything you need. But probably our mid-twin, and if you don't want to test outside of popsicles, so popsicles are what the majority of the industry pushes, makes, and a lot of people skate. The reason for that isn't because it's the easiest thing to skate, it's the easiest thing to make. So, don't let somebody that's never spent a lot of time on a shaped board tell you different. But if you're starting off with something shaped, you're going to learn a lot of versatility. And then once you get on that board, don't focus too much on learning tricks. Focus on getting comfortable on it. So being able to push, tic-tac, carve, kick turn, tuck down a hill, all that fun stuff. Push your normal stance and switch. I think that's extremely important and something that people overlook. Because having comfort on your board is essential for actually rolling away from the tricks. So if you don't have your basic understanding of what happens to the board when you put pressure on it, different spots, not going to have a good understanding of how to roll away from stuff. Can you get a board with training wheels? No, you don't need that. Remember, training wheels are tight trucks. Sorry for those of you guys that think that tight trucks are the way, but loose trucks save lives. And skateboarding is all balance, so core strength is important, and then everything should follow. There is easiest board shape. There's not really an easiest board shape because skateboarding is tailored to the individual. So something that's extremely helpful and useful for me might not be useful and helpful for you. But I personally really like the shape that I designed. I like the versatility of it. It's got the tail of a popsicle, the nose of a knucklehead. So it's got some versatility with it where you can flip it around and get different results off of your pop, which I really like. When we get in the next room, I will be shaping one of those today. I'm just taping up the ends on this last board here, and then we will raise up the press and get moving on to standards. Now while I'm raising up the press over here, it's going to be very difficult for me to keep up with the chat, so bear with me. And it's going to get even worse when we're shaping stuff, so bear with me, and thank you guys. If you guys like what you're watching, make sure you double tap the screen. Let YouTube know what it is and that you guys like it. Thank you. Remember, you can always get these boards at lifeskateboard.com. All right. So we got our 4 boards here. This is a plastic separator. It keeps the boards separate, but also keeps some of the glue off of the press. You're gonna see me focusing real hard on keeping these boards aligned as we put them in. If they're out of alignment, they're not gonna be straight. Hey, thank you, Aiden. Thank you so much. I appreciate you, bud. Aiden Rocks is getting written on another board. All right. So you never want to put more than 3 in each mold, so you'll start to lose the concave. But since we've got a double mold here, so we put 2 in the bottom, 2 in the upper one. Separator back in there. 2 more to fit in here, and then we'll get the upper part of the mold put in there and start raising her up. One more separator here. And if you notice, there is a smaller mold up top right here. This is the mold for the youth press. So we just slide the upper part of the long mold in and bounce it in there to make it fit. Kind of got to wiggle it a little. All right. Realign that. And we've got marks on this upper one to keep everything straight. And we'll just be checking the alignment as it goes up. And here we go. I think these guys are locked down. Did a lot of stuff before the live today, so make sure I remember to do all of it. Hey, awesome, man. You guys are doing it right over there, right? How long you been making boards? I've only been here for about 4 years, but the company's been around since 2012. Once again, sorry if I'm missing stuff. Oh, for sure, man. Yeah. But just so you're aware, any business decisions or anything like that with the company are going to go through Sam Cook, and that would be, you can contact him through the Life Skateboards Instagram. It's Life Skateboards 1010. If you're familiar, though, with the Makers Movement on Facebook, it's a little group that connects a bunch of board makers across the country and some around the world. So if you're a board maker and you're dedicated to high quality, you should be in there. I will warn you, we're pretty mean about heat transfers. We don't like them. Just to give you a warning, so if you got a different opinion, you're not offended when that comes out. Nice. Since 2020, that's rad. Pandemic turned you into a board maker, huh? Whatever it takes to make quality skateboards. Anything's better than this factory crap that's going out everywhere. All right. So since these aren't hooked up as pneumatic jacks, so we can't time out the pops, we just kind of go until it holds my body weight and good to go. This is skateboards being made. It's only 7:50 in the morning. Alrighty. I popped a cracked crossband, oops. We're about to press 4 more boards here, so I'm just getting the layup ready. Just broke one of them off by accident. There we go. So we're going to do a bunch of natural and some red out of the standard next. But bear with me for one moment, I'll be right back. In the meantime, oh, your graphics are by hand. Heck yeah, dude. I love it. We use Lino blocks here. Do you now kickflip? If you guys want to see me skate, you can hop over to my shorts. I actually am pretty stoked on this one. I did tray flip front feeble in a mini ramp the other day. That was fun. And this weird little fun combo that's like tail, yank, front side nose pick, pull in. I love that one. Be right back though, guys. I'm gonna grab myself a drink. All right, and we're back. Sorry about that. Popped out there to grab a drink, and the boss man's out there with a really cool Orion, which has been a guy that's traveling through the area, doing really cool stuff. Wow, thank you, Austin. What day is it for me? I think it's Friday, I think. By the way, this glue isn't toxic or anything. It's just annoying as shit to get off of your hands. Wow, while I was gone, you guys bumped up that like number. Thank you. All right. So we just pressed 4 for the long press. Now we're going to load up the standard press. And sorry to go through the spiel multiple times if you've been sitting here, but if you're new to this, my name is Casper Jones. I handcraft skateboards for Life Skateboards. The channel is Days with Casper. You just kind of follow me around with all the fun stuff I do, all the cool people I get to meet. But I handcraft skateboards here at Life Skateboards, and I like going live to share it with you guys. Fart spoo, heat transfers suck. So I'm going to break that down for you logically. A pretty piece of trash is still a pretty piece of trash. So heat breaks down the bond between wood and glue. It's just kind of how that works. That's why you don't leave your board in a hot car. So while it's super easy to mass produce photorealistic image graphics or just mass produce graphics in general, we aren't willing to pass on any damage to the skateboard to the customer. I understand that a lot of people have created careers in heat transferring and things like that. It's great for shirts, things like that, not things you're jumping down 10 stairs on. But then again, the industry has convinced the majority of the customer base that boards breaking pretty easily is kind of normal. So I can understand why people wouldn't see that as an issue. Dark Wolf wheels. I don't know what that means. Where is Life Skateboards factory? We don't have a factory. We got these two hands and the hands of the owner that also works with me. But the workshop is located here in New Palestine, Indiana, just 20 minutes east of Indianapolis. Oh, thanks, Time Walker. I appreciate you. If you're enjoying this and you want to catch me, make sure you subscribe. I do not do the whole live schedule thing, so it's hard to catch me all the time. Making really tasty cookies is what I'm doing. I don't make those anymore. It'd be a real splintery cookie, I think. I don't know. Does wood contain fiber? Yeah, probably. I mean, Bail Gun Gary had us make some shapes. I'm stoked on our team. We got Gavin Svetlik that holds his own in the Polar Vortex and Rage Against the Rose and does a lot of vert contests. Little Jackson on our team is absolutely killing it, traveling all over the place. So is Key. And then we've also got Jake Daney on our team from Pennsylvania. He was just on the Boonies game of skate out there. So, and we got Justin Hutchins here in Indianapolis as well. We got a pretty rad team. Lyle up in Michigan. I've got a little more focus on the guys on our team than elsewhere. But let's see. Ragdoll was getting boards from us for a minute. I'm not sure if he still is or not. I don't handle the ordering side, I just make them. What type of wood and wood glue do we use? So, I apologize if you've heard me go through this, but I do not mind repeating it. So you want to use Great Lakes or Canadian maple. And the reason for that, number one, maple is a strong, malleable wood. So you want something strong yet malleable for your boards because you need to be able to make the concave without splitting it. And the reason you want Great Lakes or Canadian maple is you want long winters and slow growth to have a less porous wood. So there you go. Alright, what I'm doing now is just taping up either end of the board so once we put it in the press, it doesn't slide around. You learned to kick turn on day 3. Congratulations. You're going to be comfortable on your board. Some people pick stuff up fast. Some people take a minute to click for things to click. Either way, as long as you're having fun on this beautifully fun little stupid wooden toy, I'm happy for you. I probably could, however, I don't play guitar and I don't play music. I would probably, if I did play guitar, I would want the person that made my guitar to make music. That's where, like, you know, I skate, so I would hope that the customer would want the guy making their skateboard to understand what it's going to be used for, you know what I mean? But I appreciate that. And yeah, we definitely could. There's some really beautiful pieces of veneer that come through here. Like, I don't even, you guys can't see that, but I've been trying to show like the quilting patterns and stuff on the stream, and it does not show through camera very well. How did I start skateboarding? Let's see. I'm gonna be real honest, the thing that exposed me to it was Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2, I believe. Absolutely loved it. I think my first complete was a Toy Machine Complete. Then I ended up, there was a small skate shop that existed for a super short period of time and where I grew up. Bought some really crappy Speed Demon trucks, and I think it was Chris Cole Zero after that complete. I'm not cutting anything. I'm gluing stuff. Nope. I'm sorry, started. But you got chess in your name. You can probably play with the owner. Does the glue huff well? So, wow, what a dumb question. I hope your home life gets a little bit better for that to be the first thing that you assume there. No, this doesn't have fumes. Tight bond 2, no fumes. My favorite trick, probably lately it's been on a front side extension, like going from the extension to a lower, doing front side invert, disaster revert. Those feel just amazing. I don't know, that like really harsh smack on the coping is really fun. Yeah?
Harsh smack on the coping.
Good one.
Sorry, Casper.
It's alright, there's only 380 people that I'm trying to keep entertained.
You're doing a good job.
Thanks.
That looks like the small.
Yeah.
Are we out?
It's really hard to get everything together when nothing's cut.
Come on, he already got a bunch of hecklers, man. No, but this isn't, I'm not heckling.
And another red one here. Oh yeah, the addict in recovery is definitely going to talk shit on that type of addiction for sure. Huffing is pretty dumb. Quick way to kill all your brain cells. Pretty much anything where you're escaping reality is pretty dumb, but it's all right. I don't think I could be, working my dream job and telling you guys about it if I was sitting here continuing to be an active addiction, but I can still do that with this thing on my face. So, what are you doing? I hope you get better, bud. Remember, that projection isn't going to go anywhere from behind a computer. Yeah, absolutely. I'm a addict in recovery. We talk about it a lot here because I know that you're trying to shame people, but it's not really gonna work here, bud. If you have any questions about board making or where to get your favorite skateboard, you can ask me, and I'll tell you. lifeskateboard.com. Right? Yeah, see? Definitely trolling, but I mean, there is a whole crew in the UK called Baghead Crew, so it is a real thing. Remember, guys. Wow, kill your husband. That's some random person on the internet is super proud of him. Any amount of clean after addiction is something to be proud of. Hey, there we go. We got Sam, the boss man, in the chat here today. So any questions you guys ask, Sam is the final answer on all of that. I tell you what I think, he corrects me. How much are the skateboards? You got 75 for popsicles. Shapes go up from there. You can check all prices, specs, and find out exactly what you're going to get from us at lifeskateboard.com. Do we have double tails? We got everything for you. So we have a section on the website that says symmetrical boards. So you're going to find anything where it's going to be twin nose or twin tail in there. However, if you see something that you want to be twinned, you just let us know. You can ask any questions directly to Sam at Life Skateboards 1010 on Instagram. If you have any questions for me, you can email me at askdayswithcasper and I'll relay stuff over to Sam for you. I used to do downhill longboarding, yes. We actually do have a longboard press. Let's see, you name it, probably did everything. I'm a very fortunate one that had an allergic reaction to opiates early on, so thankfully that one didn't take my life away, but you name it, I had to recover from it. So I'm here just living my dream job and telling you about it, so that should tell you that if you're dealing with it, you can get better too. How do we make the presses? This Sam at one point carved them by hand. Right now they are CNC cut. So you got a maple block that we make by gluing some stuff together, pressing it, and then turn it over to CNC guy. Oh, does Boss Man ever let you make your own board? I make every board, so yeah. So I have a signature shape with the company, so he Oh, he even let me design 3 versions of my own shape. And you can get it too at lifeskateboard.com. How much for boards? I'm so sorry I missed that. So 75 for popsicles, and then shapes go up from there. You can still make a popsicle expensive by adding stuff to it, like wheel wells, extra plies, collage graphics, and stuff like that. These guys are 7-ply. However, you can get a 6 or 8-ply. Our youths come as a standard 6, and we suggest our bigger boards like the 13.6 and 14.6 to be 6 plies as well, but we'll make it as a 7-ply if you'd like. Sam, can you answer can you answer World Hunger? They need to know.
World Hunger?
Can you fix it? They said you know everything, so.
I cannot.
Dang it. Alright, well, I guess he doesn't know everything, guys. Sorry.
Dumpster guy?
I didn't mean to lead you guys astray on that one. I did think Sam knew everything. Where's Bathtub Larry? Hey, my first subscribers are getting with our newer subscribers. I'm loving it. Hey, where is Bathtub Larry? Get in here. What's my advice for beginners? Don't get discouraged because something's difficult for the first time. It takes a long time for things to click. Maybe one day you're struggling to get that board to flip over for a kickflip, but you're building up the muscles that you've never used before. So tomorrow it's going to be a heck of a lot easier. And just never quit. You're going to get hurt. It's going to happen. You're going to get frustrated. But you decided to start doing something that you never have to quit doing. So congratulations and welcome to the community. Yes, I am. The event was awesome. We personally, I think it was $133 on the raffle in person for cash that we raised for Skate Park Respect, and then 160 something in direct donations while we were getting it going. Had a great time. Nothing to. Oh, yeah, the contest just went great. I'm really grateful for the contest itself. If you don't know what they're talking about, we threw the Skate Park Respect by Lady Skate Squad, Remember November, this last Sunday. And big thank you to Mysterio for being behind the camera for me again. While I was the guy in the jumpsuit screaming at people to do tricks. The people on that live stream have clearly never been to a skateboarding contest in their life either. It was pretty strange. They were wondering why the MC was standing in the middle of the park. That's where I'm supposed to stand. I gotta hand you guys cash. Was there anyone? Oh yeah, absolutely. There is every year. You got like Charlie Six. Chuck Bennett always throws some heavy stuff down. Luke Nation, which you guys see him on my channel quite a bit. He usually throws some stuff down. Unfortunately, Gio and the Chicago crew didn't make it down this year. He's the guy that threw bigger spin flip down the 8 stair the year before. We had more women competing than we have ever in these, I say ever, we've only had 2 of these. But we had 5 women competing in it, which was awesome. It was also awesome to see them go like head to head on the quarter with the men. Just everybody having a good time. We ended up doing like tic-tac races around the park for the kids, and then an adult tic-tac race, which got hectic. And I like hectic. Oh, it's so much fun. And then at the end of it, we looked down and we had some product left in a box, so we got to do a product toss, which was really fun. Super grateful to all the sponsors that made it possible. Minus Skate Shop, Hughes Skate Park, Killer, Slam City, Glimpse, Kindled Timber. We had Mutant Tattoo and Masterworks Tattoo. One second here, guys. I need a water separator. There we go. Ooh. Robert Prout Remodeling donated a lot of money too. Sam donated a board for the raffle, which was awesome. Life Without Limits donated quite a bit. And made us these really cool patches and bottle openers to be able to give away and keep. It was a great time. Not sure when we'll do another one. Dealing with some stuff at the moment, a little busy, but we'll see. Alright, so now we are going to raise these up if I remembered to lock the presses down. And I did. I don't like to have headphones in while I skate, but if there's music playing, I enjoy it. I don't like to skate if I can't hear my wheels barking and can't hear my trucks on the coping, and I don't know. Skateboarding is very auditory to me. Oh yeah, the death race was awesome. Matthew, actually if you go onto my channel after this live, we live streamed the entire event. So the whole thing was recorded. Unfortunately during the 4-stair best for cash for tricks, which was crazy and hectic, and you'll see somebody miss a back 3 and shoot their board out directly into my shin. That was awesome. But unfortunately during that, the sound cut out a little bit, so apologies for that if you're watching that. But it is a live stream, so just know that we got everything, even the boring stuff. We got some adjustments to make here. There we go. Might have to swap this jack out here. Give me one moment here, guys. There we go. Now we're good to go. Cool thing about this live stream is you guys get to see what I have to do to fix some stuff as we're working here. Alrighty. Sorry about that taking a minute. No injuries. It got pretty hectic and wild. People tackled each other for the board that got tossed. Everybody had a good time. Whoever ate shit the hardest got pads to win. All right. Alrighty. How many decks are on job? I'm sorry, I'm a little confused about that question. So you're not going to see the shape of the board while it's being pressed. You're only going to end up seeing the kicks and the concave. Well, you're going to see the shape next. So we just pressed 8 boards. We're going to go shape a couple and then call it a day. One of those is my signature shape. Can't remember what the other one is. But we're just knocking some stuff out today before I go out of town. Just gonna cover up the glue here so we don't waste any. Ooh. Hey, thanks for tuning in from Indonesia. That's rad. All over the world. All right. So let's go ahead in here. Awesome. You can get it at lifeskateboard.com. So, real quick before we head in there, here's some finished boards on the wall. And then what you're going to see in here, these are not boards. These are templates. What's up, Aussie? So these are how the shapes are actually cut out. So Sam made these. And once that board is pressed, so it's in the press for 24 hours, and then it cures for 7 days in a shape of its own concave. Once it's cured, it comes out looking like this. And Sam takes this board here and puts the truck holes in right here on this drill press. Once the truck holes are in there, like that, he's going to take these templates and attach the template through the truck hole from below it. So these are pieces of hardware here, and they just go through the truck holes. He then runs that template right along this, and this cuts out the shape. Now when I get the board, the edge of that board is not at a 90 to the concave, and it needs to. And so let me show you what that looks like here. So it's a little bit angled like that, and it needs to be at a 90 to be able to round it off. So the first thing I'm going to do is bring that to a 90 right here on the belt sander. Then we're going to bring it over here to round it off, clean it up here. One more step of sanding here, and then we'll be over on the orbital. And I remember we only got a couple of boards to shape here today, and we will continue. Skating in Italy does sound awesome. It does. 1 second here while I get my the compressor hose and air this up. There we are. So this is a drum here. It's got an air bladder in it. Got to air it up before we get to it here. And then we'll get started on shaping. All right, and we are good to go. Sorry about the delay there. Canada sends its love. What part of Canada? I only ask because somebody said Canada sends their love just a second ago. So I had to say, real quick, everybody, this is Orion.
Oh yeah.
Orion's real rad. It's been traveling around. What's the coolest thing that you've ran into on your travels so far?
Life Skateboards.
Life Skateboards?
Life Skateboards.
That's awesome.
Yeah, the Muncie Life Bowl.
Yeah, dude, so Orion got to stay in the Muncie Life Bowl. How was that?
Kind of the best.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Wake up, roll up, and skate?
Yeah.
Fun.
Yeah.
It's fun.
Yeah. Hey, Canada. I'm from Canada, too.
We got all the Canadians in here, all the way down in Indiana.
Yeah.
Do you guys know each other? Is that how that works?
Probably. All Canadians know each other.
That's what I heard anyway. Hey, right on, Orion. Thank you. Right on. It's probably another hour live, and then I'll be done.
I'm just packing.
All right. That dude is rad. He's crossing over on an electric bike. Isn't that awesome? Southern Ontario is where they're from.
Oh yeah, I'm from BC.
He's from BC. Hey, Matthew says you guys shared an igloo one time.
What?
Matthew says you guys shared an igloo, so you guys must know each other.
Yeah.
That's what I heard.
Yeah, when that polar bear came in and lifted the top of the igloo off, those polar bears, man.
Man, you and him have stories for days.
And then the flock of penguins that came by. Wow.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's it. Canada's full of penguins and bears and Orions and Matthews. All right, so we're gonna get shaping here. We got this shape to do today, and then one of my signature shapes. So this first step here is gonna bring it to a 90 with the concave. What's up, David? The rare northern penguin. Put that dog. Sorry, mine's at home right now. I gotta go check on her when we're done working here. Now the edge is nice and rounded off. It's just not cleaned up yet. So we got to clean it up a little bit more. And yes, Lori is the real show. I love her. There we are, Bathtub Larry's here, Grey Jedi. put a Popeyes next to your house. I'm just gonna see wherever your guys' conversation goes. I like it. Once Bathtub Larry gets in here, it all gets a little confusing. Step before graphics are applied, and I apologize. We're not able to do graphics live here yet. This is a big metal box. Studio's up the driveway. We need to extend the Wi-Fi that way. I do have shorts of graphic application, but I've tried in the past and I keep losing you guys. So, but this is the last step before graphic application, and that's just bringing it all to a 150 with the orbital sander here. All right, and this is hooked up to a Festool vacuum system. Ah, thank you, Sam. Greatly appreciate you. The boss man tipping through there. And remember, guys, I have to ask him about craft dinners now. I don't know what that means. Thanks for the maple tournament. You guys are rad. The McRib has done everything that can be done, will be done, and could be done. At least that's what I heard. Don't quote me on it. I think I get my information and my news from Bathtub Larry. But if we're being real honest, I get all of my news from the talking fish from SpongeBob. If you don't get your news from the talking fish from SpongeBob, you're probably not getting the right news. Different guys, but they get confused every once in a while, right? Alright, now the top and bottom of this are cleaned up. And remember, I'm just bringing this to a 150 and then removing any excess glue. And then the next step is just cleaning up the rails, the nose and tail. Good, buddy. Is it really? I don't know if you guys went too far with that one. I'll find out. I've got a Canadian on standby over here, okay? No, that is maple. Great Lakes or Canadian maple. We press our own boards here. We glue them all up by hand, shape them ourselves, and apply the graphics. You can get these at lifeskateboard.com. Don't mind the McRib talk in the chat if you're new here. We have a lot of fun here. We've got, almost said the old name, bud. We've got Bathtub Larry here talking about McRibs. He'll educate you on the McRib lore. Don't forget to tell him the random synchronicities of me doing stuff with McRib. I made a commercial a long time ago. A real commercial. The event was awesome. I have not, actually. I have not heard of that. It seems like something I should be wearing. I have some Life socks, but you know, those are ones that I just printed on that say Life on them. But I like that because you can say that's funny. I like that. There was a good question in there. Oh, the event. The event was awesome. There is a live stream. There was a live stream of the entire event, so you can go back and watch the whole thing. They're asking about the Skate Park Respect by Lady Skate Squad Remember November contest. We had this last Sunday. It was awesome. There was some issues afterwards, but during the whole event, it was just a great time. Can't thank all the sponsors enough for all of the help that they did. Definitely wouldn't have been possible without all you guys. Yeah, I'll have to check them out then. Yeah, link up with them. Making life boards and life socks sounds like it should be about right. About everything I own says Life on it somewhere, so. Alrighty, so next one. Now this is exciting. Ooh, so the next board, this is for a customer. This is my signature shape. I get real excited when you guys order my signature shape. So this is the Casper Signature 3.0 from Life Skateboards. I absolutely love it. If you want to see it in action, you can go to my channel. I've got shorts of me skating with it, videos of it. I've been skating this since we made it. I'm loving it. This is the third version of it. Really like the versatility with the knuckle on the nose. Obviously, yes. Does this look thick? Yeah, because you probably have never seen a square edge on a skateboard before it's rounded. But you'll see at the end the difference there. I really like these curves. It makes grabs feel good, and front foot impossibles feel great. This angle here is flat when I do a crook, and I like this little bump here. I hang my heel off and push it that way when I need to for combos. So there you go. Snowboard making is rad. I have so much respect for that. I've actually never been snowboarding. I live in Indiana, but I'm poor. All right, so we're gonna take this edge and bring it to a 90. as we get done with this one here, I'll probably do a little spiel about the specs, measure it for you guys, and turn it into a short. Over to this next one here. Next step. Thinking about downsizing, turn them into stuff. That's always the best. take it over to the Mac wheel here. It'd be sick for everything. Thank you, Mike. My shirt says Superfly Speedball. That was I rode for a bearing company called Superfly Speedball. Quentin Bradford was the owner of that company. Unfortunately, he passed away. May he rest in peace. But I will always rock my Superfly Speedball stuff to remember Quentin and keep him alive. In fact, I got that specifically for him. That was one of his graphics done by Larkenstein. We'll sand down this last one with the orbital, and then we'll get going here. All right. You guys down there. There we go. All right, so we will go ahead and finish this one out. I'll talk about the specs on it and where you can get it, and then we'll end the live here. Me and the crew are gonna head over to the Cleveland area, Columbia Station, stay at the Fireball Farm for the weekend. Should be a good one. I'm sure we'll go live while we're out there. But we do have a plan to go get a session in at Stoke Run, film quite a bit. So this is the final step of sanding before graphics are applied to our boards here at Life. It goes through several steps of sanding. This is just bringing everything to a 150, removing any excess glue and cleaning up the edges on the board. I've been making boards for about 4 years. The company's been around since 2012. Skate shop in the early 2000s. And you can get all of these boards at lifeskateboard.com. That's lifeskateboard.com. I'm glad it's relaxing for people. I'm glad that one day I decided to go live and people told me they enjoyed it, because I would have never known that people wanted to watch this kind of stuff. What will the color be? So when the graphics are applied, it's up to the customer. You can pick what color ink you want on it. This one will probably be a natural bottom unless they requested that it be rolled a certain color. We do have some dyed veneers on these boards. Right now it's all natural. Here's one of those dyed veneers. This is an older board here. But you can get your board rolled whatever color you want. Use the ink. We have the Lino block ink that we use. We apply all of our graphics with hand-carved Lino block. So it's a little bit different than your other graphics. You can actually feel the ink on them. It's pretty cool. But if you want to see that process, I do have a video up on my shorts of actually one of these boards getting my signature graphic on it. So, we got a lot of really cool graphics as well. Yeah, it's pressed. So these boards are hand glued to souvenirs that are then put under pressure for 24 hours and given 7 days to cure before the shape is cut out. That's for sure. There's definitely no better feeling than watching it skating and actually watching it made. That's awesome, Big Deck. Very similar process, just on a larger scale. Although I do like that when you're making fingerboards, you're not dealing with as harsh of a concave, so you can use exotic woods and woods that wouldn't work very well for skateboards. So I think that's pretty cool. What's up, man? Caught me right at the end. Right when I'm talking about my signature shape. We're talking about grip tape. What do you use to make fingerboards? It's like a little miniature press. So you can make them out of silicone and all kinds of stuff. How is grip tape important? So that's all going to be personal preference for some people. There's gonna the stickiest stuff out there is going to be like mob grip, but there's a lot of people that think mob grip is too sticky. I know people that'll rough up their mob grip or they skate Jessup. We do Jessup here at Life, but I personally ride DKL non-abrasive grip tape. I've been riding it for 2 years. It's rubber. It is non-abrasive, so it doesn't destroy your shoes. I was going through shoes in 2 to 3 weeks, and now they last me 3 to 4 months. As long as you keep it clean and start off with fresh shoes, it works just like grip tape. The application is a little bit more finicky, but it is absolutely worth it, and I love it. I've been skating it for years. People swear by Jessup. It's either Jessup or some knockdown mob, but man, I love that non-abrasive grip tape. Yeah, it's crazy. It's got the same technology from a basketball. So it's got dimples in it, or not dimples, little bumps on it. And that works with the pattern on your shoes and the side of your shoes, so it keeps grip. Now, if the board gets wet, if the grip gets wet, it dries off super quickly, but it does get a little bit slick. Dust on there as well, but all you got to do is rub it off of there, or even use grip gum, and it comes right off, and it's good as new. I love it. It's been saving my shoes. I save over $1,000 a year on shoes because of DKL skateboarding. So huge shout out to DKL. Thank you for all the support and supporting my shoes. Velcro, no. There are some skaters that literally just glue some fabric to the top of their board. That's a fun part. But Velcro, no. Velcro wouldn't work. There you go. Show 'em. Skate till the wheels fall off, right? Check that out. Thank you, Joshua. We sell so the popsicles are $75, and then shapes go up from there, just depending on how labor intensive the shape is. This one's $99. There's a lot in between, and then our gigantic boards, the one that are like 14.6, those are up there as well. Obviously competitive prices for that size of board on the market. But yeah, I'll check it out for sure. you have a personal shop, or is it all on an all online shop? So this is a workshop. So this is where the boards are made. When you order a board on our website, we're gonna make it for you. So there's not really a point in having a storefront when we want to make boards for you, rather than make boards and have you come pick one out. You know what I mean? So we do have a location here in New Palestine. Here in Indianapolis, we'll do local pickup. You can come visit us, pick up your board, or if we do this thing where we like to hook up locals. So we'll go ahead and like meet you at a skate park with your board or whatever. Whew. Dang, Todd. If you want to stop talking about my genitals, that would be neat. Thanks, buddy. We're going to go ahead and hide you. We're here to talk about skateboards. Yeah, you should speak with the owner, Sam Koch. I'm just the sole hourly employee here. This is a two-man operation. These skateboards are made by 4 hands at 18 fingers here at Life Skateboards. No way! Welcome, man. It's mirrored, but indie born and raised right here. You mean Jeff Kendall. That's called reading. I'm not staring into your soul, I promise. Although I will stare into your soul and tell you to get a life at lifeskateboard.com. I'll show you in just a minute. I'm going to actually do a little talk through on this and turn it into a little cut short. So I'm going to finish this up and I'll explain the shape, go through specs, and we'll get there. Alright, so this guy is ready for graphics. Nobody else is making skateboards here. Actually, let me think. Vulture Head makes some small ones here, but yeah, there's no board making companies here. There's some brands that get their stuff made elsewhere. I'm not sure where they get their stuff made. Manufacturer. All right. I promise I stole your fresh water. Don't do that to me. I need my water. But I promise you can come to go to the skate park, and there's going to be a welcoming community in general. Every once in a while, you know, there's little spurts of gatekeeping weirdos that cause problems, but never. They all get mocked and ran out eventually. So, there you go. Life Skateboards right here. Get a life and get a skateboard at Life Skateboards. All right, so this guy's ready for graphics. This is my signature shape from Life Skateboards. If you go to lifeskateboard.com and look up Casper in the search bar there, you'll find this. Let's measure it and give you guys some specs. It's got a wheelbase right at 14 1/4. Back truck bed sits at 825. Front truck bed sits at 9. I personally ride 9-inch trucks with it. It's got a nose a little over 7, tail right at 7, center width just shy of 8.5, and I love this thing. It's got nice round tail there, knuckled nose on it, surface area where you need it, nice curves for grabs. I absolutely love it. Get a life and get yourself a Casper Jones 3.0 at lifeskateboard.com. Now, I have never successfully talked and actually turned this into a short, so let's I've tried to do that so many times, and then I go back from what I clipped, and it doesn't work ever. The only clips that I ever get from my lives are the ones on the tools over here. So maybe we figured it out this time, guys. I have no clue. I'm new to this thing, but you guys make it fun. So I'm going to go ahead and end the live here in a minute. Yeah, absolutely. So yeah, Josh, we definitely want to tell you like the width over the truck bed. And on our website, we try, when it's different, we try to tell you front truck bed and rear truck bed. However, a lot of our boards end up having these curves. So when they have these curves right here, it depends on what trucks you have, where your wheel is going to touch. So yeah, that's where, like, even with it being 8.25 on that back truck bed, it's 9 inches where my wheels are going to touch. So that's why I skate 9 inches with these. But well, guys, I'm going to go ahead and end the live here. Don't forget to make sure you subscribe, hit that button. I think it's here, that one, because I do not have a live schedule. I never know what time it is, and I barely know what day it is. So catching me is usually a crapshoot. Have a great day, guys. I'm going to get, in about 12 hours, I will be in Columbia Station, Ohio, filming the next Lagoon to the Moon video. I'll see you guys on the next Coffee Talk, and have a good one. Get a life!